So today I asked my guy friends why they never approach girls anymore, and they said it's just not worth it. If she's mean about it, it ruins their whole night, so they just don't bother and they don't want to risk it. And I wanted to argue, but I couldn't because I've watched girls be absolutely brutal to a guy who just said hello. But also, and I'm including myself in this, girls don't approach either. We just stand there looking cute, hoping someone comes up to us, and then nobody does, and we just go home and say there were no good guys out. So now everyone's in the same room, everyone's interested in someone, but nobody says anything, and everyone goes home alone and opens the app. And we literally conditioned each other into this and then wonder why dating feels impossible.
She said it herself. They literally conditioned us into this. Not the economy, not the apps, not men. Their collective decision to make approaching a social hazard, then wonder why the room went quiet. The man who stopped approaching did not lose his nerve. He applied basic logic to a situation where the downside clearly outweighed the upside. You reap what you sow, and right now these women are staring at the harvest they planted. Kings, the silence in these rooms is not a mystery. It is a response, and responses can be traced directly back to the stimulus that created them.
You guys are out here talking about the male loneliness epidemic. Mind you, I just posted a video saying, hey, men need to bring back the art of asking women out and approaching them. Every man in the comments was like, nope, your turn. We're not doing that. We don't, for what? For an expense? Yeah, you guys aren't worth it. Next time. There is no male loneliness epidemic. They don't want it. They don't care.
She asked men to come back. Men replied in unison, no thanks. And her conclusion? They do not care. They do not want it. Not that the terms changed, not that the reception was historically terrible, just that men somehow stopped wanting human connection altogether. Kings, a man who has been told his presence is unwanted, then told his absence is a crisis, and then told his response to being unwanted proves he never wanted anything, anyway did not leave the game. The game left him first. He just stopped pretending otherwise.
Some women are like, yo, what happened to men? None of them approach us anymore. And I'm not going to go approach a man. What the fuck happened? How are we supposed to date? They don't approach you because women have made it so fucking difficult for guys. Where if a guy even says, wow, you're so beautiful. You look very beautiful today. They'll literally look at him and be like, ew. Who the fuck wants to deal with this? Who? No one. That's why nobody's fucking approaching your ass. Okay? No one. I've seen it. I fucking seen it. With women just being like, ew. And it's like, yo, you could literally be like, you know what? No, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm flattered. And if they don't leave you alone, just keep it walking. Keep it moving. Keep it fucking moving. You don't gotta be a fucking bitch. You really don't. And that's why guys don't approach women anymore. That's literally why.
Finally, someone with a front row seat told the truth. Not a theory, not a study. She watched it happen in real time. A man said something kind, got visibly repelled, and every man nearby filed it quietly and made a decision. A lion does not ask a permission to walk through the jungle, but even a lion reads the environment before he moves. When the environment consistently signals danger, the intelligent response is not to keep walking. It is to find a different path. Kings, that path is called your own lane. Build it well.
And I don't want to do the apps. I don't want to do the freaking apps. Oh my God, it's so... And my prettiest friend, right? My prettiest friend that is on the apps is getting matched with by guys with no hair that want to do 50-50. Oh! What? What is going on? No. Keep me out.
The apps are terrible. Approaching is off limits. And the men on the apps are not attractive enough and want financial equality. So the apps are out. Approaching is out. Unattractive men are out. 50-50 is out. What exactly is left? Apparently nothing. Which explains why she is recording herself about it instead of dating someone. Kings, a man who has built himself financially, physically, and mentally, is not on the apps begging for swipes. He is living a life interesting enough that conversations start naturally. That is a different energy entirely.
All right, so this is a genuine question for all the men out there. Can you guys explain to me why men don't approach women in public anymore? And before anyone starts fighting in my comments, yes, women can approach too. I know. Everyone relax. But I'm talking about like real life flirting at the gym, at a coffee shop, at bars, at ShopRite, like actual human interaction. Because the amount of eye contact happening lately with absolutely zero follow through, insane. Like, sir, we've made eye contact 6 times in Wegmans, and now you're examining pasta sauce near me with deep concentration. Just come talk to me. And honestly, I feel like meeting someone naturally in real life is so much better than the dating apps. Dating apps feel like everybody's exhausted, everybody's performing, everybody's talking to 14 people at once. Meanwhile, in real life, people will clearly be interested in each other and then just walk away. So I genuinely want to know from the men, what changed? Are you worried women don't want to be bothered anymore? Is it fear of rejection? Did dating apps completely destroy everyone's ability to speak in public? Because I don't think attraction disappeared. I think everyone just got too in their heads to act on it.
6 eye contacts in the pasta aisle. Absolutely nothing said. She wants him to come over. He wants to come over. And yet there they both stand, studying pasta sauce like it holds the answers. The man is not examining the sauce. He is doing a risk assessment. And in 2026, approaching a woman in a supermarket after 6 glances is one poorly received hello away from a video titled, "Men Are So Creepy." He chose the pasta. You cannot blame him. As they say, once bitten, twice shy. Multiply that by a generation of social media consequences, and you get a man who is very knowledgeable about pasta sauce.
Okay, did you guys know that 44% of Gen Z men have never approached a woman in public? And I think like the stat is like 55% of Gen Z are on dating apps, which is just all so crazy, but just also all makes sense. The reason I even like know those stats off the top of my head is because I was on a cuff date last night with this guy, and he was saying that the times he has approached a woman in public and they've gone on dates, they've been like horrible. I mean, I feel for dudes because approaching a stranger in public you think is attractive can be really intimidating. Oh, I'm from the South and I love some small talk, so like nobody's a stranger, so I love talking to random people. I don't know. And two, I guess the times I've been approached in public when we've gone on dates, they've been fine. It's been like a fun like side quest, but really hasn't gone anywhere. Mid-20s, and I'm not early 20s. I don't just go on dates just for shits and gigs. I go on dates if I actually think there's something there. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. So that's why I really like member-only dating apps. And I know there are a ton on the market, but I really like Cuffed because you can only be in like a couple matches at a time. It feels a lot more intentional. And so it's not like I'm on Hinge all the time, just in the endless swipes, where it's literally a never-ending game. I've gone on, this like have been great conversations, really great guys, and they've always led to like a second and third date at least. Whereas Hinge dates, it was just always a one and done because I was like, this ain't it. Let me know what you think, or if there's another dating app I should try in the comments.
44% of Gen Z men have never once walked up to a woman in public. And her solution, presented with genuine enthusiasm, is another dating app. Kings, an app built on the same broken foundation, produces the same broken results with a different logo. The man who has done the work on himself does not need an algorithm to find his match. He builds a life worth being part of and lets quality find quality. That is not a dating strategy. That is just a well-lived life. If you are building that life right now, this channel was made for you. Hit subscribe and stay in the room with men who are moving with purpose.
Women don't want to be approached. Women, please get in this room here with me, because we've got to understand why men are saying this. And they have a good reason to say this. Because many men have described approaching women as a humiliation ritual. This is horrific to me, because humans innately want to connect. You cannot connect without approaching someone. So we have a lot to explore here on how to shift this. And it cannot fall on the men. I'm gonna start talking a lot more about how women can be more open-hearted and give indications that they are open to connecting. And all of us need to realize that there has to be a genuine connection for the human first. Not I think this chick's hot, so I'm gonna go talk to her. Yeah, sure, that is there. But women can feel if a guy is approaching her for her body or like the sexual energy. And I'm not saying it's not there, but if we don't all start humanizing this and see each other for more than a transaction in a dating relationship, that's part of what makes dating apps so bad, is there's this expectation of I'm here to evaluate you. Meeting in the wild comes with a curiosity. And I'm gonna share more stories about this. And these stories are gonna help you guys. You have to stay with me in this because there is so much here to unpack. And it's gonna take a lot of us to go deep, but it's gonna be fun. Dude, I'm here for the fun. Please, we can make this fun. So there's very, very deep stuff embedded in all of this. But ultimately, we are all terrified. We all crave connection. And dating in the wild, when we remember how it works, can fulfill so much. It's also going to be scary. It's also like, and you know what? This was scary for me. Just 2 weeks ago, I was terrified to get on TikTok. I'm only here. Well, go look why I'm here. Well, initially I was here for a reason. Now I'm here for a completely different reason. Both reasons. I'm here for both reasons. Anyways, whew. Guys, we're in this together. If you have any spot in your heart that is kind of open to connecting with another human without expectation and just seeing what can come from it, please join us. We need more hearts. We need more wisdom. I'm telling you, it's happening for me. I'm connecting in the wild. And don't comment on why. I'm going to share why. Stay tuned. Guys, come on. We got this.
She genuinely wants to fix it. Credit where it is due. But notice what the fix requires. Women becoming more open-hearted. Women giving signals. Women doing the inner work to receive connection properly. That is not a new idea. That is just the thing that should have been in place before a generation of men got called creepy for saying hello. The ship can be turned around, but it takes longer than a TikTok series to undo what 10 years of hostile messaging built.
When is the last time a man has approached you? And if you're a man, when is the last time you've approached a woman? And I'm not talking about the club drunk being like, what's your name? Where you from? I'm talking about in public, just being like, hey, I thought you were beautiful, can I have your number? And the truth is, cold approaching is not really a thing anymore. If you look at studies, it actually shows that men are approaching women in public so much less now. And in my opinion, as a man who also doesn't approach women, I think it stems from social media and how social media creates insecurity. You'll see all these videos of women being like, I hate when an ugly man approaches me, it's so offensive. If you can't afford me, don't go up to me. That creates an actual insecurity in men's head. Now on the inverse, you have these red pill male influencers who are telling guys that if they're not the most attractive person possible, they're never going to make it. They're never going to get that woman. They're never going to get that bread. And when you keep interacting with that content, it suggests you that same content. So you live in an echo chamber of insecurity, and then that translates to the real world. Do you actually think a man's going to go up to a woman, risk rejection, when all he's fed online is that rejection will happen no matter what? Oftentimes, rejection is the scariest thing ever. You know, some people might say, oh, well, you never know. You might as well try. People don't even like trying. It's like applying to jobs. Some people apply to so many jobs, they keep on getting rejected left and right. They're scared to apply to another one because they cannot face another rejection. And honestly, guys are just on dating apps. They're sliding in DMs because that is a lot less scary than approaching a woman in public.
He diagnosed the problem accurately. Feed a man a diet of rejection content and do not be surprised when he stops attempting. The brain responds to perceived danger, whether the threat is physical or social. Enough public humiliation content and the nervous system simply stops volunteering. But here is what he did not say. The man who has done the real work, who has built his body, his finances, his confidence from the inside out, does not live in that echo chamber. He has no use for it. A man who knows his worth does not scroll content that tells him he has none. Know yourself, King. Then the noise becomes irrelevant.
Am I the only one who's absolutely done with dating? I'm quite ready to spend the rest of my life being single, because this is just another level. Dating in 2026, dating in this culture and in this society. I gotta go mad. Why is everyone emotionally unavailable? I'm generalizing, and this is probably a pattern that I need to work on. But I have, and I'm gonna be really honest here, I have never met an emotionally available man. Never. Is it my problem? It probably is. Probably something I need to work on, but this is just off the charts. I can't be doing this anymore.
She admitted it herself at the end. Probably a pattern she needs to work on. And that line, buried at the end of a rant, is the most valuable thing she said. Kings, we close here with this. The common thread in every situation a person keeps finding themselves in is the person themselves. The apps, the emotionally unavailable men, the approaching silence. At some point, the pattern stops being the world's problem and starts being the mirror's answer. A king who has done his inner work does not keep finding the same dead ends because he changed the input. Change the input, kings. The output follows every time. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a man who needs to hear this. Subscribe and hit the notifications bell to stay updated. Thank you for watching.